What is up YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This week I'm in the mood to make something super laid back and super chill. I've just written this piano chord progression that I think is a really great start. Thought we would just build on that together and I would show you my process while I'm doing that. My name is Sam and I work under the alias name of Kaiyo. Let's jump into this. Okay, so like I said, I've got this chord progression here. So we've got these three chords that are playing, and then we've got this little top line sort of background melody that's playing at the same time. So I think the next thing that I'm going to add here is a bass just to really fill out that lower end. I'm going to load up the Opia sub bass from Labs and then we'll chuck in our bass notes. To keep things really simple, at least to start with here, I'm just going to grab these bottom notes and copy them over. Shift it down an octave and then just add here a little bass preset that I've got for my EQ. Now what I think I'm going to do is add in a little sort of background guitar arpeggio sound. I'm just going to have a look, see at the guitar sounds I've got in Labs. So let's try this plucks sound. I think what we'll do is hit . So at the moment that's quite harsh. I do want to EQ it. We'll see how it sounds. And now that I'm hearing that, I'm thinking maybe I just don't like the sound. So let's take a listen to this muted pluck sound. That's sounding quite nice. Let's move it over and extend it. And I think on this second one, what I actually might do is push that note up, maybe just the G. Let's take a listen. Maybe it's not the G we need to move. Let's try it like. And then for these last two, let's bring it back down. So now we're starting to build in these layers. What I want to do now is add a drone sound. So I'm just going to load up the Azure piano. This is my favorite pad sound at the moment. For a drone, we just want to do nothing too crazy, probably just something like that. Very nice. I think what I'm going to do now is load in another piano sound. I'm going to load up my Imagero piano, drop that tone down ever so slightly, and then let's start working on a top line melody of some sort. We're in the key of D major here. Got a D and an A in that first chord. Do something like this. I'm going to drop an EQ on that higher melody. Let's also add in maybe some echoes. Really nice. And now let's add in some guitar to really fill out this top line melody section. I'm just going to add in this chill guitar preset. Let's add that into the mixer, and then I've got here a mixer state that I've saved. Now that I'm building in this guitar is a really great time to split this pattern out, because what I want to do is build a guitar line that goes longer than the 4 bars we've already got. So let's just drop this into our pattern. We'll drop everything in, and then we can copy over these other sections to give us maybe 16 bars to play with, and we can build out this guitar line a bit further. Just going to drop the velocity of that guitar down because it's really harsh at the moment. So now we've got this really lovely long 16 bar spacey but really vibey guitar line, and I tried to keep the melody not repetitive but familiar, so I stuck within sort of the same range as if it was a guitar player just sort of like noodling in that one scale. But I also tried to kind of repeat patterns a couple of times, and what that's going to do is make the listener feel really comfortable with said pattern. So let's just take a listen to what we've got so far, and then we'll add in some drums and start building in those last sort of final layers. So imagine this section is your intro. Really nice, and just a really simple but effective emotional type guitar beat there. You don't have to do anything really complicated to make your melodies as effective as this. Just listen, do what feels right, and I tend to think that if listening to this makes you feel some sort of emotion, then you're on the right track, regardless of how simple or how complex it is. I think what I want to do here is start building in some drums, so let's take a look at that. I'm gonna start my drum kits with a kick and a snare. I'm gonna layer up my snares here, so let's get another snare. So I've just built out this really simple drum pattern, got a nice simple hi-hat and a snare from the intro bringing us in. And then when it all kicks in, we've got a second kind of shaker sound that hits here. We've layered that snare, and then we've got a nice deep kind of boomy kick. Really lovely stuff. So I think what I'm going to do now is layer in a background melody just to kind of emphasize that guitar. And I think I might use some strings, but I might kind of wash them out with some reverb to give it a little bit of a pad effect. I think I'm going to grab a flute sound, copy that chill guitar pattern, and then just get the main notes to keep it really simple. Something like that. And then we'll stick that in at the same time as the guitar's playing from the hook. And then what this is going to do, hopefully, is just going to emphasize that guitar. So I'm going to stick that into my mixer, put an EQ on it, stick a massive washed out reverb, something like Lost Saucer, put the mix up to about 80%. And let's take a listen. This might not work, but it might. Okay, so let's try a violin sound instead. No, violin's not the right sound either. So let's just stick with maybe, let's try the oboes. And what they're doing is just really helping shine that guitar, adding a really lovely layer to the background there. Okay, nice. I mean, I think that's a pretty nice, chilled out, vibey beat. I think it's got a really nice kind of emotional feeling to it, and yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I might take this a bit further, like add a bridge into it, maybe build out, flesh out some of those textures, some of those pads a little bit more. But overall, I think a really lovely beat. Super happy with how this one's come out. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you are new to this channel, welcome. I know the subscribers have gone up a fair bit recently, so thank you for checking out my channel. And if you do enjoy this stuff, be sure to stick around because I'm uploading videos like this every single week. If you have an idea of a video that you'd like to see, let me know in those comments, or head over to my community page where I regularly ask you guys what it is that you want to see. Peace.